Hi, this is Tom Scarda. I'm a certified franchise executive, and I match people with franchise opportunities based on skills and personality, kind of like the eHarmony of business. I'm here today to talk about the 4 common pitfalls that people get snared by when they start looking for franchise opportunities. One of the main things, or one of the first things that I run into all the time with folks, is they want to get into something that has to do with their hobby. Now, if you get into a franchise based on your hobby, you might be in for a disappointment. As an example, I recently had a gentleman from Wall Street. He called me up and said, Tom, I love golf, just been laid off, and I would love to get into a golf franchise. And I said, okay, no problem, I could do that. However, I guarantee in about 6 months you're going to hate golf if you're trying to pay your mortgage with it. I said, how about if you follow my process and then we find something for you that will give you all the time and the money in the world to golf to your heart's content. He said, okay, he agreed. We went through my process and we found him a fantastic opportunity that gives him a lot of flexibility and allows him to work hard and then play hard. And I think that's a great thing for somebody that really wants some flexibility in their life. Another thing that people feel that they need to do is get into a business that has a lack of competition. It would be great if you had no competition. But if you think about no competition, you know, that would actually be scary. If I said, hey, listen, I got something for you and no one's ever done it before, you would probably shy away from that. A lot of times folks will call me up and say, Tom, in my town there's not an XYZ franchise for 40 miles in each direction. That sounds appetizing at first, and you know, your town might be a great opportunity, I'll tell them. However, is it the right opportunity for you? Just because it's not there, you got to really think about the day-to-day operation. Even though it seems like the best thing since sliced bread, if you have to wake up at 4 in the morning, or if you have to be up in the evening after dinner at that business or on the weekends, that would really stink no matter how much money you made. So you got to really think about what your day-to-day is going to be like. Another problem or another pitfall that people get snared by is really trying to get into a business that has a brand name. People say, Tom, if it doesn't have a brand name, I don't want it. And that is really a misnomer. You can have a great franchise that isn't a well-known brand name. If you think about it, a brand name, if you know it, the ship has probably already sailed. That concept has grown across the country, and it's probably not the best thing, or it's going to be really expensive to get into. I always say, look for something that's emerging, you do your homework, and we figure out if it's going to be the next big thing. That's a great way to get into business. Another thing that people fall into is wanting to get into something that is the hottest thing, the flash in the pan, and I highly recommend not doing that. You get into something quick and get out quick, it fizzles. So you want to not get into following the leader. Whatever's happening on the franchise scene is probably not the best thing to get into if you really want a solid investment. So I say avoid the 4 common pitfalls. Avoid getting into something that's based on your passion or your hobby. That'll lead you into bankruptcy more often than not, unfortunately. Lack of competition. You want to have some kind of competition. Wherever there's competition means that there's business. A brand name, it's great to have a brand name, but why not get in on the bottom floor instead of paying the highest price to get in to something that everybody knows? People feel the safety in that, but you pay the price for it. And of course, following the leader is a big mistake. You got to get into something that works for you, for your family, and for your future. And that's the best way to choose a franchise. This is Tom Scarda, and again, I will see you on the next video. Stay tuned.